Yo, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Market Report. Sorry about the technical issues. Had a little bit of a glitch going on. It's super windy out here. We're getting hit with some crazy snow coming up here in the next day, the next 24 hours, and the wind is definitely playing around with all of the technology here in the high desert mountains. So, guys, we do have a little bit of a red day starting out here, a little bit on the hour also, lots of pullback going on there. We talked about a level yesterday in our community for the VIP guys. We were talking about that right there, that golden pocket rejection. We got a reversal that printed in from chart primes indicators, and right now we're at a critical level that we need to hold. It's going to be that that nice slow moving quantum reactor running across there with that 50%. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. We're going to break it all down for you today. We got a little bit of economic data, and then last but not least, of course, we got to talk about what is going to happen the rest of this week with the economy that's coming in. So, guys, let's do it. Without any further ado, class is in session. All right, guys, I see it that I've already got to reset some stuff there. There's my camera. Cool, fix that. All right, so we got this. We got these levels that came in, right? We had a nice pump yesterday. I said to my community, I was like, guys, we're getting a reversal. But when I went and saw, I was like, you know what? Let's pull a fresh, clean level here for the Fibonacci's and see what that looks like. And then I saw it was a golden pocket. Yeah, it was. That was. Sorry, I just read a comment here. Hey, crazy snow is a light dusting in Texas. This is true. The whole state could shut down. When I saw that we had a golden pocket rejection there with the reversal, I did enter into a short. But let's go see if OC is trying to come in yet. No, he's still not here. Let's jump over then to the news. OC had a issue also on his end at the same exact time. So not all me, Pew Pew crews. I know how to run a clean, smooth stream. I just hey, sometimes even the best can get broken, okay? Let's go jump over to the news side, guys, and let's talk about that. I want to get the news pulled up here, and we will make this happen. Let's move that in like that, and let's go news. There we go. All the news is fit to be news. All right, guys. So looking at again at the crypto bubbles here, a lot of red. We're going to let that reset and refresh. We're going to jump in here. We're going to talk about the market cap. I hear OC dropping in the background, so that's a good thing. We'll be able to have him up here in a second. Market cap right now, guys, sitting at $3.7 trillion. It's up 1%. We do have a lot of volume coming in with that also, up 28.3% on that trade volume to move that 1% up there. Let's go jump into here and let's see what the Mukul report is saying. We are sitting at 66. We're in greed. We're back in greed right now for the total market cap of Fear and Greed Index. CMC altcoin season, we are still in the light blue. We're above that 50%, not even close to hitting that 76%, which will officially put us into Is the audio choppy? I hope the audio is not choppy, guys. If it is, I apologize, but I'm doing everything that I can. OC said it's good on his end. Good. I see him. The audio is not choppy. It's clean, OC. We good? Okay, there we go. Altcoin season 76. That's when that's going to be firing in there, guys. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that chart every single day here on the Morning Market Report. Let's jump in here and look at these crypto bubbles now and talk about this. Hex, Flare, Virtual, AI, 16Z, AIOZ, they're hype. That's about it. Fartcoin down 2.9%. Bitcoin sitting. So Bitcoin sitting at over $100,000 right now, 100,500. It is up 1.6% on the day. Ethereum is at 3,619, down 0.4%. Let's see what else we got here. We got BNB. It moved back up, taking Solana spot. Solana's down 1.7. BNB is up 1.1. Cardano, guys, shout out to the Cardano people. I'm telling you, up 5.7%. Right now, it's at $1.13. SWI is down 2.5, Avalanche down 1.7, Chainlink down 1.9. Hedera is up H-bar. That's one of the calls that we hear from crypto blockchain crusader all the time. He's huge bullish on Hedera. So shout out to him, up 5.9% there on that. Rounding out the top 20 here, we got Polkadot up with that 2.4%, and then Uniswap down 9/10. Pepe has lost its top 20 position, and Hyperliquid moving back up to the number 22. So keep an eye on those. That is what we're seeing there. Economic data. Let's talk economic data, because guys, yesterday we had this thing here, and we're going to talk more about this because yesterday we had the S&P Composite PMI that came in, global PMI that came in, and then factory orders, right? Today, what we got was ISM services, and let me refresh this. It was balance of trade. That's what we got this today. There we go. Had to reset, so everything's off now. So with balance of trade, guys, we are down, which was in line with what they thought, $78 billion, but we were down $78.2 billion, right in line with what they were expecting. It is a bigger deficit of imports to exports than what we saw in the previous month, and even that got a revision. Here's what's bad about this. Our balance of trade since like 1990 until around 2020 has always been around the 50, 60% mark, right? That's been cap. We like to see that thing lower. The balance of trade as of right now means that we are now exporting or importing way more than we're exporting, which means people are not really buying our goods that we're sending out there. They don't want our corn. They don't want our pork. We don't really put out durable goods, non-durable goods, right? Things that easily are consumed, right? We don't put out things like non-durable goods. We don't sell freezers. We don't sell cars a lot to Europe. They all buy other things. Like you go to Germany, you go to Europe, and it's BMWs and Mercedes everywhere. There's not a whole lot of U.S. cars rolling around the world. So that balance of trade means that people aren't buying our goods, and we're consuming a lot of other people's goods. So when you see that start to flip like that, it's not a really good sign for the economy as a whole. Just wanted to lay that out for you. But we do have Jolt's job report coming in. That's going to be here at the top of the hour. This is going to be a big one that everyone's kind of holding their breath for right now also. And that right now is expected to be a little bit higher. So on one, or a little bit lower, I should say, on one end, 7.69 to 7.7. It was at 7.74. And we'll also see if we're going to get a revision on that. So let's jump over here. I want to talk about what Kabisi letter said about that economic report yesterday. Let me refresh this here, bring it in. There we go. So ISM manufacturing, this is what he's talking about yesterday. It's evidence of more stagflation. The ISM manufacturing PMI index rose to 49.3 points in December, but remained in contraction territory. This marks the 25th month of contraction out of the last 26, the second longest streak on record. The employment index fell to 45.3, shrinking for the seventh straight month. Concerningly, output dropped at the fastest pace in 18 months due to decline in new orders. Meanwhile, prices have jumped to 52.5, posting the 11th month of expansion out of the last 12. We have rising prices with a weakening labor market. This is called stagflation. And so keep that in mind as this data is coming out here later in the month. We've got the jobs numbers that are going to be coming out. Unemployment's coming out. Friday is going to be a big day. We jump over here and take a look at that on Friday. We're going to be getting non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, and all that stuff. So, and there is a expectation on a forecast that we could have higher unemployment again. So keep all of this in mind. That's what we have to do. Looking at the actual stock markets today, they are opening up a little bit in the green. Dow Jones up 0.3%, 0.4 almost actually. S&P up about 3.3, 0.33%. Nasdaq's up about 0.3%. The Russell 2K is up, and the VIX is down. So we like to see that. I did see this morning that the 10-year Treasury yield was trying to pump back up again. It's like 4.6 something right now. So keep watch on that. Let's talk about exchange supply, and then we'll jump over to OC here. Bitcoin exchange supply breaks equilibrium. Wells are scooping up 240,000 Bitcoin. Let's go see what this means. Can you get off my chart, please? Thank you. There we go. Gone. I hate those things. Do you guys hate those things? I hate those things. All right. Bitcoin spot exchange has seen a sharp plunge recently. In a new post on X, Willie Woo discussed about the trend on the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory. This metric keeps track of the total amount of cryptocurrency that is sitting in wallets on all centralized spot exchanges. So the part of the exchange supply refers to the actual tokens of the asset that exist on the blockchain. The exchange supply that doesn't actually involve users to own Bitcoin, as is the case with derivative products known as paper Bitcoin. When the spot exchange inventory rises, it means that investors are depositing a net number of coins into the wallets associated with this platform. As one of the main reasons why holders might transfer is for selling, right? So when they move it to Coinbase, it's sitting on the exchange, it's in those wallets, and means, hey, people might be selling this, right? But on the other hand, the indicator going down implies that exchange outflows are outweighing the exchange inflows, and the investors are taking self-custody. They're taking it off of the wallets, right? And that's what we're seeing right now. Now, here's a chart that shows the trend in the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory over the last couple of years. And you can see laid over here, you can see that down 2.8 million spot Bitcoin, and then you can see price go up. As exchanges lose Bitcoin to wallets, it comes off the centralized exchanges, price goes up. And we tend to see that over and over and over again. Here it was dropping like crazy as price was starting to go up. Well, right now, we're at a pretty major low on this. The graph above the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory saw a huge plunge around the time of the FTX collapse back in November 2022, suggesting a large movement of coins occurred off of the platforms as the bear market reached the bottom. Following that plummet, the indicator started to a phase of consolidation that lasted for the entirety of 2023 and mostly 2024. And now they're seeing that runoff again. In total, 240,000 Bitcoin has exited the exchange-related wallets during this plunge. So pretty bullish in my opinion overall, but we do have to watch some levels. We got to watch this economic data. Let's jump over to the duo cam because I do believe I've got tinfoil hat OC in the house. What's up, bro? How are you doing, man?
Oh man, we seriously need to stop doing that. I mean, not wearing tinfoil hats. At the moment I just put it on, things start working. And man, today in the morning we have some technical issues. It was on, I think, Piper side because of the storm. And then when I tried to connect, man, mine started doing weird stuff too. And we don't have snow down here. So I just put on what I know that works best, tinfoil hat.
Solar flares. You know what it could be? You know what it could be, OC?
Oh,
I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw this or not. This thing is pretty crazy. You guys let me know in the chat. Would you have anything at all to do with this? I'm gonna bring this up and show you. Where is it? There it is, right there. Let's bring this post up. I want to open this up. There we go. And let's talk about this, OC. Here we go. This is the new Enron Nuclear Egg. Have you heard about this thing?
The power industry.
Oh.
The independence industry.
Look, I'm going to fast forward here.
It's got to be safe for the whole family. Entire home for a reactor for residential suburban use. This use.
Yes, you heard that.
Introducing the Enron Egg. The world's first micronuclear reactor for residential suburban use.
All right, let me know. Would you guys put a nuclear reactor in your house made by Enron? I'm just saying.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you a story. I know this is not story time, but I'm gonna be quick. One of the worst. We don't have nuclear plants. But one of the worst nuclear disasters was in Mexico. How
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was kept secret. Yeah, I'll guys tell you this story, but it has to do with an X-ray
I love you, bro. I love you,
like
bro.
that.
But I came down to Cozumel and Cancun with you. We spent a week together. If the nuclear power plant was wired up and maintained anything like normal buildings in Mexico, I don't know that I would trust nuclear power down in Mexico, bro. Look, have you ever read the book World War Z with the zombies, the zombie apocalypse, World War Z?
No, I haven't read the book. I saw the movie, but it's not like the book. I know that.
So,
Right?
renewable goods, right? Things that, people need to make generators, stuff like that to make society post-apocalyptic, right? You kind of got to have people that know how to work on things. In the book, it was funny because the pockets of Americans that were surviving in the zombie apocalypse were ones that had strong migrant populations inside because they knew how to fix, work, and build things. So, yeah, that's what I see that. Like, nobody calls an electrician in Mexico. Everyone is an electrician in Mexico. So, it's crazy. So, but what I've seen down there, I don't know that I would trust a Mexican nuclear power plant. Much loved verb, can't do it. So let's go.
I'm
Let's
watching
go look.
videos already, my friend. I'm watching videos on YouTube, my friend. I don't know what to tell you.
OC nuclear power coming soon to a theater near you. Let's go. So let's go look at the chat. Let's see what I missed here. I missed everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's been kind of a crazy morning here. I see Buck in here. Our mod queen Alexandra G is in the house with us. Ninja Glock, crypto trades. Mike Play in here. We got Robert Mulligan. He said, "Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Did you sit at the front of the back of the class today? My 1-year-old was dancing to that song. Nice, Eric Wallen. Retro Mike Tech RMT in the house with us. Pew Pew Cruise, Baba Yaz, Crypto Coin Mindset. Good morning to you, good sir. I think Juarez thought it was just me, but yes, it is. Okay, someone else said it was chopping too, but I think it's good now. Alexandra G said it was fine. Athos is in the house with us right now, and I think I missed a couple, but maybe not. I don't know. I didn't say that Mexico was zombie land. I said that it was the migrants in the. Never mind, Buck. I can't explain to you. Here, have a green crayon, Buck. There you go. Let's go jump into the charts, OC, and let's talk about these levels here. Yesterday in our group, we gave out a trade setup. I said, look, guys, we have a chart prime reversal has printed. Now, keep in mind, we had one here. It did do a little pump and then came back down, right? On a 4-hour, I'm just looking at those. There's a reversal, massive fallback, right? And that one actually would have fired on this candle here. So sometimes really, really good moves. Reversal, up move, right? But we also have ones like this where we get a reversal and it just continues to just grind sideways, right? We get a little tiny pullback, but not big enough to move out of a position or trade a position, right? So when I looked at this one here, I let the community know. I said, guys, we do have a reversal. These don't always play out, but sometimes they do. So let's be aware of it. Let's be cautious. And then I was looking at the chart, and I was looking at this chart actually, and I said, well, what looks like we might lose this 382 level here on the dynamic fibs and pull back to the quantum reactor here, right? That would be my target. And then I was like, wait a minute. That range there, that range of pullback, and why is this not inverted? First of all, you're supposed to be inverted. Thank you. Not inverted. There we go. High to low, retracement. But oh no, that was right. It was right. Okay, cool. Disregard. So I pulled this level here, and I said, let's pull some fibs here and just see what it is. And I pulled them from the high here down to the low. We were getting a rejection perfectly in the golden pocket. And that's when I put out to everybody. I said, okay, guys, we do have a rejection. We've got several things going on here. And I talked about the levels here of the overbought on the oscillator. We had that going on. The power bar was waning there. You can see that change of color there on the power bar. That means that the trend to the upside was ending. Then we had a true 7 that was peaking out, and we started to get this slight curvature here. Yes, Buck, I said slight curvature of the money flow index. Now we're also getting the volume starting to angle down, guys. If we lose this current level right here on this quantum reactor, and we also lose this 50%, because remember, when we come down on a 50, if we bounce off of it, super bullish. If we lose and reject underneath, super bearish, and we could be heading back down to lower levels. That is what I'm watching, and that current level right now coming in at about the $100,000 mark on the dot here, guys. So we put all this out for you guys yesterday, hoping that this will you missed me, Piper, but what's new? Lunar Beach is crypto. I see you, bro. I see you. I see you. I'm sorry, man. That is going to be the critical level to hold, is that $100,000 level. And it looks like we're losing it right now, guys. Short City is in play. We got to watch it all. And here's the problem. If we get to Friday data, if we get to this afternoon's data, later this morning's data, and this stuff starts to come in on top of bad economic data, here's more bad economic data, here's more bad economic data, and then Friday, we get unemployment data and it's really bad. We've already started an entire avalanche that's in play, right? The big snowball is rolling down the hill. Friday could just start the avalanche of sell-off in the market. So we got to start looking at those areas of support. And I think that's what I'm going to kick over to you, OC, and see what you're seeing there. But right now, I'm holding my short. Let's go.
Absolutely. So, man, I just cut me off guard here. I was about to give give a signal on uranium. We're gonna leave that for the end of the class. Let's go back to Bitcoin here. Bitcoin playing on very, very nicely. In fact, if we just go to daily, because we're gonna be just looking at where my analysis have been going through this week, right? So basically, remember, it's not about the breakout; it's about the retest. We are having a rejection in here. I do see that we could still be on the play for this movement in here. So do not be deceptive, right? Or right here, we can still move to the downside, but keep pushing at somewhere around 100 and 100K, right? As you remember, this is the range that I am expecting, right? From a big continuation. This is just this previous range in here, pull up in this area just to compensate for time allocation. And I mean, I don't expect it to be that long, but I do expect it to have maybe 1 or 2 bounce back and forth, right? 1, 2, 3, maybe this one, and then we break or something a little bit shorter than that for the bullish scenario. What I would hate to see, it is a big reaction and lose out of this trend line right down here, which will take us somewhere around below 90K. When we are below 90K, I will say that I could still start worrying just a little bit, because we also have dynamic reactor coming in strong. All right. Other than that, I mean, let's prepare for a possible short scenario. Because we're seeing that rejection still not in there. We're just preparing. I'm not telling you to jump into shorting right now, right? Let's just figure out what's happening at this point. Let's go to my main charting here, and let's
the
go
time
from
to short was yesterday when I put out the call in our VIP Discord.
Oh yes, absolutely, exactly. And right here, remember that I was talking about a breakout retest, right? Breakout retest, my entry wasn't here. I missed that entry. I jumped into a FOMO entry. It played out throughout the weekend. Perfect. TP number 1, TP number 2. Remember this? TP number 2, because that was the center of this box, of this order block at the top and at the bottom. Look at that. The center is somewhere around here. There we go. TP number 2. And then I needed to see a big body candle going through for retest and continuation. We did not have that big body candle that gave us the next retest continuation, but the retest now might be playing out right there. In fact, I also talked about it, and I show you the area that we could be having that primary retest. So are we going to be planning for a long? Not just yet. Again, we are on nowhere's land at this point. And what do I want to see? I want to see a big AF support, which actually it is this one where we are right now, right? And I also want to see a beautiful FOR, flip of the ribbon. So that's the two things that I want to see. If you're willing to take the risk, and this is not financial advice, I mean, you could, or I could, let's just call it like that, I could be longing right here, but this is yet not the time to do so. I will still wait for a little bit to see how it reacts to this support. And after that, I'll start looking for money flow. I want to see that money flow start curving back up. Look at that. It's curving down, right? It's curving down. We're losing that money flow, and also we're losing that momentum. I want to see money flow start curving up, holding this area right here, and then I'll take the risky trade. Other than that, my gameplay is going to be waiting for the FOR. I have no one pushing me, right? And I'm not into a hurry. So, man, let it do what it needs to do. It seems like we're breaking, by the way. So good thing that you guys did not jump in right there. So what's going to be the next thing? If we do not reverse fast, well then, dynamic reactor. So that's what I see on Bitcoin. Maybe a little bit of a pump and dump. Still not bearish to me, to my eyes, for the long run. That being said, for the daily. Other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Yeah, we're getting economic data coming in right now, guys. And so let's jump over to that. Let's talk about that and see what it's doing. Yeah, so we did get this ISM services PMI came in 54.1. It wasn't 54.2. They expected it to be in the 54, 53.3 range. Came in a little bit higher than that. So if you guys don't know, this is the non-manufacturing ISM report on businesses. So this is new orders, backlog of orders, new export orders, inventory changes, stuff like that. Here's the problem with this data, guys, that we're seeing on here, that this coming in hot, right? Actually, let's go back to here and we can continue talking about it. It's showing good, right? You would think that, hey, non-manufacturing goods and orders is on the way up. A lot of it is backlog. A lot of the orders, and I saw this the other day on a report, a lot of the orders that we're seeing on these ISM reports, PMI reports, is backlog orders. So we've seen manufacturing ISM services and stuff like that, employment going down. So they're not getting a lot of new orders. They're actually able to get rid of all their backlog orders, and they're able to get this stuff out. So you're getting a lot of hey, we're not getting a lot of new orders and we're almost done with all the workload, so let's start cutting payroll, right? That's what we're starting to see out there in the space. So I just wanted to talk about that one first. The other one, Jolt's job openings, though, this one came in pretty good. It was expected to be 7.7 million on average. It came in at 8.09 million job openings on Jolt. So let's jump in and you can see a nice little incline there. Of course, 30 to 40% of all jobs they believe out there is ghost jobs. Tradefly was actually talking on the show, actually on the phone with me not long ago. You know, he works for government contract type stuff. And he's had a lot of people calling him going, hey, man, is anybody hiring? Because I can't find a job right now. So I don't know. All these job openings, people say they can't find jobs. I just heard from someone the other day also that said they'd been out of work. They got laid off in August and they have not been able to find. I mean, there's jobs. You can go work, at McDonald's. It's not going to pay the bills, though. So good replacement jobs for your previous income is getting much more difficult right now. So he had been out of work since August on the layoff and has not found work. So let's go and talk about the Dixie. I don't know if you looked at that, but the Dixie right now, let's come over here. Dixie getting an absolute pump off of this data that came in this morning. And I think that we are going to see what equates to a little bit of sell-off across the board. Yeah, look at this dump, guys. Getting wrecked right now on Bitcoin 5-minute. We're looking at this here. Let's go back to the 4-hour. It is continuing to lose those levels. I'm watching here for us to hit this point of control right here. This level is going to be at 99, about $98,500. So that is the first level I would watch. This is why it's important, guys. We're almost down to the fast mover here on the Piper Sniper. This was our resistance before. So we'll see that level. Again, that's coming in 98,700. We're moving in on that one right now. Let's get rid of all these brush marks. And let's go check. Nope, not that chart. Oh, yeah, that was that chart. We lost the 50% too. 97.8. So 97.8 to 98.4 is what I would have to be watching right now with this data that's coming in. And you can see here on the 4-hour MACD, we are starting to get another point here. Typically when we get those, it's crossover time and down we go. We're starting to get it right now on this normalized MACD from Chart Prime OC. What are you seeing right now in the markets? Because I kind of had a feeling this was going to be the case. We talked about the breakout yesterday, gave a pre-warning on that. That happened, but we hit some resistance. Guys, your analytics have to go with the new data. As new data comes out, you start the entire analytical process over. And we did that yesterday, and we were able to make this move when everyone else was bullish. We were getting bearish in our community. So if you guys are not a member of our Discord, you need to get in there. OC, what are you seeing on your charts? We can look at some altcoins if you want at this point, because pretty much I do think we're going to see some market sell-off, and this could be a precursor of what we're going to see come Friday with unemployment. I just want to warn everybody on that. So let's go, OC. What do you got?
Absolutely. So AIXBT. So basically, we've been tracking this coin. It's been performing very, very well. We did have that pullback. This is going to be something that I didn't like to see. Why? Because this is effectively a dead cat bounce, right? We also can see the automatic trend line there for chart prime. So shout out to chart prime, and we are losing it. So is this to be worried? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, again, AI. XBT is not that of an important coin to me, right? That might be as to you. So is it to be worried just a little bit? It's not that important, but also, and let me clear this up because this I was thinking that the dynamic reactor will do that, but at this point, the next possible target will be the previous known base right here. And then if we do not hold it, we're gonna be going for the dynamic reactor 0.40425. So losing this trend line, closing below this trend line, it's going to be important. And effectively, we are creating that dead cat bounce. Also, something important to know, it is that, again, it is a lower high, and we're still fighting to hold this area of support. Again, this is not looking good because this is a flat bottom triangle. Usually it ends up breaking to the downside. And if this is the pattern that we're looking for and it breaks through, most likely we're going to have a breakout like this. Let me show you. And going all the way down to this spike of volume. Let's not get too bearish at the time. We still have the chance to bounce up here and continuing our way up. But still, guys, just be worried. I want to also take a look at AI16 because right now we are losing the support that I was talking about, and we are on the VPVR money flow VPVR right here. So if we can hold, which I don't think so, we could keep going up. And despite this could also be a dead cat bounce, it's not as intense as the previous coin. So I would say that AI 16Z or 16Z might bring a little bit of a better reaction here. We haven't yet lost that trend line, and that gives me a little bit of hope. But look at how many bearish divergences we've been building up, right? So not losing the zero line will be key. And if we lose the zero line, I will say that we are doomed on this coin, and we will need to go for lower targets such as the dynamic reactor. Other than that, let me throw it back to you, Piper. In the meanwhile, I'll bring up another couple of coins to look at to the next of the show.
Yeah, I am hedging a little bit on long against my short right now. So my short actually it's up about $1,100 right now from yesterday. I am hedging this a little bit right now. It's down about $25 right now, just in case we do get the bounce here. And then once we get confirmation of support today across all of the markets and Bitcoin, then I'll close out my short, take that profit, and let that long ride. But yeah, I am watching this closely right now. I am in a little bit of a hedge, flipping back and forth at this level right now. So that's what I'm doing there on that. Let's jump over and let's talk about what I'm seeing on some other stuff here. I want to get into some alt TA, guys. If you guys aren't tracking, I put out in my community yesterday. I said I closed out most of my stocks here yesterday on that pump because MicroStrategy was way up yesterday from its bottom here. I said, you know what, liquidity grab. If we're going to get a pullback, I'm going to go ahead and take my profits here. I took my profits on most of my stocks yesterday. And then yesterday, I also closed out about 10% of all of my crypto holdings just for, I want to have that protect my wealth, right? Anybody can throw money at a bull market and make money, right? That's it. That's the easy part. The hard part is taking your profits. People don't never do that. They ride it all the way back down. I'm all about taking profits, and I let my community know yesterday, hey, I took some profits. You just not financial advice. Do what you do. Be it known. I took my profits. So yeah, we did put some of that out yesterday. And if we get the nice pullback down to some key levels of support, back in again. So that's just how it works. So multiply those tokens. That is the goal here. Let's go take a look at what we're seeing on Aptos, though. Aptos seems to be holding pretty decent today, guys, in comparison to Bitcoin. And we we'd had a talk about Aptos a lot here in the social media lately, but I want to go see just what we're seeing here. Let's pull a fib from the top to the bottom here and just see how this is looking. Looks like we did get a rejection on the 382. I would be watching for support at around $9.82 here on that fib. That would be a key level that I would watch there. And then let's go over here and pull up Aptos on my main charts, and we'll see what that's looking like. Come here, Mr. Aptos. Where are you? Aptos. No Aptos. No Aptos heard. Moving on. By the way, Golden Wisdom. Golden Wisdom. We got to talk about him in a moment. Because he was the winner of the NFT. Wow, we are not holding these levels at all, guys. Okay. We're at the point of control. We are at the point of control on Bitcoin. We'll see. But guys, be aware. It could go lower. Aptos, where are you in here? And why am I missing you? There it is. Aptos. Yeah, we have a golden pocket right here on my main this is my main TA that guys, this tab here. This is pulled from way back. Way back. You guys can see this is pulled all the way from back here to this low to this high. So we've been trading in this range of these fibs for a while. We do have a golden pocket coming in on Aptos at about $9.74. It does look like right now we are trying to get a hold here on the dynamic reactor. Looks like on the money flow is looking bullish, but we are clipping out on the True 7. Power bar is getting a little bit of waning, but volume's good. I would say if this thing comes down to $9.75, that's a good entry point on Aptos. So let's talk about Golden Wisdom. He was the winner of the NFT book that we gave away, the 10-book series, 10 NFTs, Billy Goat Tales, entire season 1. Have not heard from him, cannot find him anywhere. So we are going to figure out how to give that away to someone else. Just don't know yet. I will let everyone know. So there you go. Yeah, no show on the pickup of this award. So OC, what are you seeing on some alts? Let's go jump back over to your chart and see what you're seeing there, man.
Absolutely. So just to get things a little bit on the variety section, I was looking at Disney right now. So Disney's looking good at this point.
Do you know
we
why
have
it's
not
looking
yet
good?
lost this. Why is it looking good?
Because they just did a whole deal with Hulu and Disney and Fubo. The channel,
I did not hear
the
of it.
streaming, they just did a major acquisition. So there you go, a little bit of history, a little bit of knowledge on what's going on over there with that chart. Let's kick it back over there. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well, I was just looking at Disney because this is one of the assets that I want to get. But at this point, it has broken the cycle, right? Let me show you what cycle am I talking about. First of all, this huge range that we had, right? Next of all, look at this top and look at this topping here, right? Look at this bottom. Look at this bottom. They're in perfect synchrony, right? Look at this bottom. Somewhere of this ballpark still with synchrony, right? Look at this top. Look at this top. Again, we are in perfect synchrony. What's happening right now? Look at this top. Perfect. We're still in synchrony right here, right? But right now, look at this bottom. It's all the way down. And we're not even like in the previous, previously, we were breaking through the zero line, right? Previously, we were at the bottom, right? Previously, once again, we were breaking through that dynamic reactor, sorry, not zero line. And at this point, we are already bouncing. Look at money flow, still green, yes, aiming downwards. But the True 7, let me clear this up. But the True 7, it is now leading the way, all right? And now also the ribbon has just turned bullish, right? Yes, of course, we have not yet pushed through, but look at where we're finding that bounce. We're finding that bounce right at a support line. So is this your signal to enter? I wouldn't say so, but it is looking very, very good. What I'll be waiting for, it is an absolute signal to tell me, you know what, we're back, baby. And that will be a very nice breakthrough, right? This trend line, maybe a rejection in here, and that will be my next entry with an effective higher low in this point, right? I mean, I would love to break this previous high, but still, I'm not gonna pushing it. This is gonna be maybe my next entry, and then aiming to create the next higher high. That way, I'm right now building, or I will be building higher lows, higher highs, basically a continuation out of this bearish flag that we're building up here, a beautiful bearish flag. So once again, I'm going to be placing here an alert. I'm going to be aiming at 11, 15, 20, or 30, 32. There we go. That's where it landed. And what I want to see with this, it is a notification that we are having that kind of candle playing out right here, which will basically tell me, you know what, we have broken. It is time to consider it long. So that's what I have on Disney. Let me also go over OM, because OM, we gave a signal here, and it was a waiting patient signals. We never got filled up, and right now we're about to get it filled up. Are you guys going to be waiting for that filled up? I will not. I wouldn't. By the way, I did remove that entry, but in the past, I've heard many people that forgot about it or just waited for a re-entry, which in the short-term scenario, it's all right. But at this point, I would say, let's just wait a little bit. Why? Again, not financial advice, because it seems like we could be piercing through the zero line. And if we pierce through the zero line, look at where is the next area of support? Somewhere around here. So that effectively will put us, if you're using a stop loss, you will have to compensate for 5.5%. If you're doing 10x, you will have to compensate for 50% drawdown. All right. That is not something that I would like to see. So in this case, I'm just going to be waiting to see how it reacts, because not going to lie, OM looks very bullish to me. Despite everything else just like massively dumping, this is still massively dumping, but still holding the dynamic reactor quite well. And also we are on bouncing zones. We're still bullish. So OM still within my ballpark here. Wrapping it up with uranium. Uranium. I wanted to give this call yesterday. I decided to wait, and that is because of today's data. We are above the zero line. That is bullish. Prime Minister of Canada renounced a ton of bullishness around that. Don't know why. I don't care. I do care, but just when it makes me money. All right. And it seems like we are having just two, based on global markets, we're dumping a little bit. I think this is going to be just a short-term scenario. I think we're going to be coming back down, up, sorry. And that is because also this little pattern here, we nailed it on this one. And right now, let me show you, we are breaking. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, the little range, and then off we go. CCJ, UUU, DNA, and URA, all of those are uranium-related products, right? So the only one that I'm not liking at all is UUU, Universal Security Instruments, which does smoke detectors stuff with uranium, because it had like a scam wiki here. I don't know what was the deal with that. Still, this is something that I'm not liking, unless I have a big pullback to the dynamic reactor. In that case, I will absolutely gonna be getting some stocks of it. Other than that, turn it back to you, Piper.
Let's jump over here. Let's bring you both on here. There we go. Bring us both on here. Right now, guys, in our Discord, Lunar Beaches is just dropping fire over here with some trade setups with our trade group. So I was sitting here looking through these. He's actually watching some anchored VWAPs here. Weekly VWAPs starting to flatten, less pointing down. So he thinks that we might get a little bounce here soon. So let's fingers crossed that Lunar Beaches is on fire with it. But guys, here's what I've been watching. And the reason that I've been so adamant about watching these levels is that we saw all of this turn green on my 1 hour Piper Sniper, the spotter here. The thing that I was concerned with, though, was that the 4 hour was not really giving us any continuing confirmation of green. And so we did get some target holds that started to fire, but we are now waiting on these target locks to fire green. Right now, SWE, which a lot of my Trent Brock and some others in the community got in on that trade off of the call, because it was one of the first ones to fire on the 1 hour, and it had fired on the 4 hour. So this go time on SWE, then it hit new all-time highs. So right now I'm watching for that to happen on, Solana, ADA, ETH, our Arbitrum, Link, Bitcoin here. So keep an eye on these. The reason that MicroStrategies is this way because it pumps so hard and so high, it's way above all of its rejection indicators to turn red. But right now we are starting to get a little bit of a bounce on that fast mover that I said we needed to keep an eye on. If we lose that, watching this golden pocket right here, it's 97,368. So there we go. That's what we have there. OC, I think we pretty much have the sentiment of the market today. I think that we called it perfectly. We knew yesterday that there was going to be a little rally coming in. We broke a little bit higher than I thought we would actually, but today in overnight, yesterday that reversal call from Chart Prime nailed it spot on. And so that's what I'm watching, guys. I'm watching for these key levels that we need to see get caught. That's going to be again. That's going to be things like the golden pocket that we talked about. Let me bring that chart up here, and there we go. That's going to be like this, the 1.236 here on my main chart. That's also going to be out of this support zone. So this resistance zone definitely played out here. Value area high on the fixed range volume profile was our rejection point there. I'm watching for the point of control. We're at it right now. And that was where I said, if we get rejected here, we typically return to the point of control. That is based on this big, huge volume node here on the fixed range volume profile. Hopefully we can hold this level. If we hold this level here, then my long will be what I continue to play on, and I'll close out that short, which is way in profit right now. Makes it $1,000 day. Let's go. So this is why we do what we do, right? For these moments of pulling in these profits and protecting what we make. Close it out, let it ride the other direction. But I do want to see this money flow start to get fixed and this trade volume get fixed. They're both pointing down right now, guys. So don't think that just because we're at this level, it's aping at this level. We want you guys to be safe, use some risk management. If you are going to get at this level, I would be setting your stop loss somewhere. Actually, I don't know that my recommendation is to let it ride because we do have the 3D trend down here on this 1.236. It's going to be the next level of support. You can see that coming in right across here. So that is this next little volume node here. That starts into the no shit hold this level. So hitting that 3D trend level there for the bounce is going to be what I would watch for the long at this point. I do think that we do pull down to that level, and that's coming in right now at $95,000 or $96,600. So, OC, you got anything else you want to show people right now before we head out of here? We can cut it a little bit short and go get a refill on coffee. Say hey to Frat Mom over there at Randy Hipper Show, and get ready for the rest of this day because I think it's going to be a fun day to look for some longs once this short plays out. What do you got? You want to show anything?
Not really. Let's just keep it short today. I will be needing another refill of coffee. I'm pretty excited, guys. In these moments, that's where we start looking for not acting just now, but looking for longs. All right. So we're starting to look for crazy support, right? We're starting to look for signals of losing of that bearish momentum. We start looking for signals of money flow, of volume, so on and so forth. So do not miss your opportunities. Once again, you don't need to catch them all right? So if it's too risky, don't take it. You better off not losing money. Other than that, we're almost there on liquidation.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's a heat liquidation at 97.7 right now. Let me refresh this. I don't even think that's right. Let me refresh. Yeah, we've cleaned that one out too. We have cleaned that one out too. Let's go down here and look. Yep, we still got some more down at 97,100 to 97,700. And then we have a huge one back up at 103,000. So guys, watch that 97,000 range at 96.9, $97,000 range. That's going to be some key levels to watch there. I did want to show that before we hopped off of here. And let's go look at one more refresh here on the stock markets. All of them have gone red except for the Dow Jones. It's up about 0.2%, starting to get that green VIX that we always talk about. When you see that start to turn green, that means that you probably got some decent sell-off going on the market. So there you go, guys. That is all we have time for today. I appreciate everyone being here. If you haven't done so yet, smash that like button. And if you'd be so kind, share it with a friend because sharing is caring. That we're trying to grow over here at Piper Academy Network, bringing you 5 live shows daily right here. And we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Following right after the Good Morning Crypto Show with BC Port Corp. Today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to have Trade Intuition with Trade Academy. This evening, Crypto Nightcap with FD White Invest and TradeFly. And then rounding out the night with an Asian Market Open, the guy that was dropping all those beautiful trade setups and talking about those levels in the Discord. That was Lunar Beach's Crypto with Markets After Dark. That's going to be tonight. OC, you got anything for the people on the way out, bro?
Guys, thank you so much for joining. A quick reminder to click that like button, because if you do, this time, prices of gas might come down. That's just enough for you to get 1 extra milliliter. You know what a milliliter is? Don't worry. Click that like button and find out.
I am all about cheap gas, man. All right, guys, let's head out of here. Thanks for joining us today. We will catch you guys all right back here tomorrow on the Piper Academy Morning Market Report. Until next time, guys, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. And we're not finishing. There's no finishing. There's no outro, man. No outro. I got to fix it.
An extra hour. Let's go.
An extra hour. We're just going to sit here and we're stuck here with OC forever, guys. You guys have a good one later.